Hello, students. Today we are working on PowerPoint Module 5, Project 1, and that is our KMS Management Consultants Social Media Strategy. So we will be working with advanced animation, formatting, and collaboration. So as always, make sure that you download your instructions, your support file, and of course your PowerPoint presentation that we will be working inside of. Once you have that all downloaded, make sure you go in and we save our presentation. We change that 1 to a 2. And then, of course, save it where you are able to find it. All right, once you have that, we are ready to get started. Project step number 1. You work in the Public Relations Department for KMS Management Consultants and have created a presentation describing the company's social media strategies that you will deliver to the heads of each department. So we will begin by replying to the comment on slide 1 with the text done, and then close the comments pane. All right, so to do this, we need to go under review. Right here, show comments, comments pane, and then you will see that we have a comment over here from someone that said, we should change the slide size to widescreen. All right, so we are going to type in here, done, with an exclamation point. X out of our pane. And that is project step number 1. So now we are going to make that change in project step number 2 by resizing the slides in the presentation to widescreen. So go up under design. Over here where it shows slide size under customize, hit that down arrow, and then we are going to click on widescreen. And that is project step number 2. Project step number 3, we need to find the text engagements and replace it with interactions. So we will go home, and then under editing, we're going to do a find and replace. So click on replace. So what word is it that we are trying to find? And we are trying to find engagements. Again, make sure you're spelling everything correctly. And then we want to replace with interactions. Once you have that, you can click on Find Next. There it is. We're going to replace and then click OK. And then we can X out. And moving on to project step number 4. Let's go up real quick. Go ahead and hit save. So now we need to switch the slide sorter view and work with sections in the presentation as follows. So let's go ahead and change our view. We're going to come down here on the bottom. You'll see right now we are in normal view. We want to go to the right, just one over slide sorter. Click on that, and then you'll get this back panel here that looks like this. So we want to click between slides 1 and 2. We'll get a line that pops up, and then we want to add a section. So to do that, right click, and then choose Add Section. So when that section pops up, we want to rename that section steps 4 to 6. And then once you have that, you can click rename, and then you'll see over here that it changes steps 4 to 6. Now we need to change the name of the section called Untitled Section to steps 1 to 3. So come down here where it shows Untitled Section, right click, and then we are going to click on Rename Section. And now we are going to change it to steps 1 2, 3. When you have that in, click rename, and then you'll see over here that it is renamed to steps 1, 2, 3. Now we need to change the order. As you can see, our slides are out of order. So to do that, we're going to collapse all of our slides here. You can double click, or you can click the arrow. Right now you see the arrow is slanted down, or you can click it and then the arrow will go straight, showing that we're now in a list type view, which is very helpful, especially if you have a lot of slides in your presentation. All right, so default section, that one's going to stay where it's at. So we need to grab overview, just click on it, drag it, and pull it up. And then we need to move steps 1 to 3 under overview. Then we have steps 4 to 6, and then our end slide. Once we have that, then we can go back, we can open them all up, and then we can see what it looks like. And then we can come down and go back to our normal view. When you have that, make sure you hit save. All right, now we are on project step number 5. So we want to display the comments pane and then modify comments in the presentation as follows. So we are working on slide number 2, why social media? And we want to show our comments. Go under review, show comments, comments pane. And then you'll have a pane that pops up here on the right. So we want to insert a comment with the text, I love this picture with an exclamation point. So we're just going to click on new, and then we are going to type in I love this picture, exclamation point. Now we want to edit the comment on slide 5 by replacing Facebook with LinkedIn. So let's go to slide 5. So we're going to edit this comment. To do that, we're just simply going to click in it, make sure it's highlighted, pick out Facebook, and then type in LinkedIn, and then make sure there is a period at the end of your sentence. So that will be a capital L, I-N-K-E-D, capital I, lowercase n, and then a period. Now on slide 7, we need to delete the comment. And we will just simply go up to this X on slide 7, hit the X, and our comment has been deleted. Now we can close our pane, hit save, and we are now on project step number 6. All right, so we are going to go back to slide 2. Why social media? On slide 2, we are going to enhance the picture as follows. So that's going to be this picture down in the right-hand corner. Make sure you select it so we can go up and select picture format, and that's where we are going to begin our changes. So we need to apply a white text 1 picture border with a 6-point border weight. So we're going to go under picture border. We want white text 1. So white text 1 is up in theme colors. Make that selection, then go back to picture border, come down under weight, and then we are going to choose 6 points. Next, we are going to apply the pastels smooth artistic effect. So we want to come under the adjust tab. Right here is artistic effects. Click that down arrow, and we are going to look for pastel smooth, which is the fourth down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's the fourth one in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pastel smooth. Make that selection. Now we need to put in an alt text. And this is for accessibility for those that might have an impairment with seeing. So this alt text will actually read to them and help them to understand what is on the slide. So click alt text, you'll have this pane pop up. And all we are going to do is we are going to type in what that image is. So we will type in 7 young people at a table looking at digital devices. Again, make sure you go back over, double check your spelling. 7 young people at a table looking at digital devices. When you have that, you can X out of that pane, hit save, and we are now on to project step number 7. All right, we are sticking with slide 2, and we are going to modify the bullet symbols as follows. So we want to change the bullet to the check mark symbol for all 3 bullets. So to do that, all we will do is highlight. We will come up to our bullet points, hit our down arrow, and we will just select the check marks selection. Now we need to change our bullet checks to 125% of the text. So to do that, we're going to go right back under that arrow. We will go under bullets and numbering. And then you will see right here, size 100%. We're just going to change that to size 125% of text. Go ahead and click OK, and then you will see that your check marks got a little bit bigger. Now we want to change the color of the bullet symbol to aqua accent 5, darker 50%. So we're going to go back under our drop down, bullets and numbering, and then we're going to come down here to where it's color, where we have our paint bucket, and then we are going to choose that color, aqua for 50%. So aqua accent 4, darker 50%. Choose that color, click OK, and then hit save. Project step number 8, we are still working on slide 2, why social media. Now we need to change the line spacing of the bullet points to 1.5. Go up under paragraph, click on your arrow here in the corner. You'll have this box pop up. We want to come under spacing, and where it shows line spacing, we want to change multiple to 1.5 lines. Click OK, and then you'll see that your spacing will adjust. Okay, go up, hit save, and we are now on project step number 9. So now we are working on slide 3. Here we need to change the listing number style. So we want it to style 1. So we will highlight, come up here to where it's numbering, which is right beside our bulleted list. We're going to go to the one next to it, numbering, hit that down arrow, and we want this first choice. Once you have that, click save, and we are now on project step number 10. Now we are moving on to slide number 4. So we need to format the bulleted text in 2 columns, and then we're going to do some modifications to those columns. So the first thing that we need to do is highlight our text. We want to come up under our paragraph tab, and we want these, where there's 2 columns and these little lines, we're going to click that down arrow, and we're going to choose 2 columns. Once you have that, now we want to go back up. We want to click that arrow again. And we need to now change the spacing between the 2 columns to 0.5. So we're going to go down to more columns. And then we want the number 2. And then spacing is 0.5. Click OK. And then you'll see that your second column shifts. Now we need to move income into our second column. And to do that, you simply just put your cursor in front of the eye, hit enter, and it will automatically populate over into that second column. Once you've done that, go ahead up and click save. Project step number 11, we are working on slide number 5. We are going to use the Format Painter to match the formatting of LinkedIn to the Twitter text. So we're going to highlight LinkedIn, come up to Format Painter, and then just click on Twitter. Then click Save. We are still working on slide 5 for project step number 12. Now we are going to animate our text boxes. So we want to make sure that LinkedIn is chosen, and we are going to use the bounce left preset motion path animation. So make sure you're under animations, click your down arrow, come down to more motion paths. We want to come down to lines, curves, bounce left, make that choice, and then click OK. Now we want to add the drum roll sound to the animation to the LinkedIn text box. Again, make sure that is chosen. And we will come up under animations. We want our little bump out arrow here to show additional effect options. Click on that, and then you'll have this box pop up. And what we want to do is we want to come down to where it has sound under enhancements, no sound, click your down arrow, and then we want to find drum roll. Once you have that, click OK. And now you should hear a drum roll as it bounces to the left. So now what we're going to do is we are going to use the animation painter, and we're going to apply everything we just did to the LinkedIn to the Twitter text box. So again, make sure that we have just selected our LinkedIn box. We're going to go up to animation painter. Then we'll get our little brush and then just simply click in the Twitter, and it does the same thing. It will bounce left with the drum roll. All right, and then the last step for project step 12, we need to change the order of the animation so that the Twitter text box is animated before the LinkedIn text box. So we want to click on the LinkedIn, make sure that is chosen. Come up here where it shows reorder animation, and then we want to click on move later. So if you come over to preview, we'll preview to see what that looks like. And then we see that Twitter will animate first and then LinkedIn. Go ahead and hit save. And we are now on project step number 13. All right, we are working on slide 6. Identify measurement criteria. We're going to work on this image here. So we need to change the direction of the fly-in animation so that the picture enters the slide from the bottom left. So you can see here, once you click animations, your tab, you come over here, you see that you have 2 animations attached to our image. The first animation is spin. The second animation is fly in. So we want to work on the second animation. So make sure you click the number 2, come up to effect options, and then we want to select from bottom left. Now we want to remove the spin animation. To do that, we need to open up our animation pane, and then we see that we have our animations over here on the right. So this first option, if you hover over it, you will see that it says emphasis spin. So we're going to come over, select that, come over to our drop down arrow, and then click remove. Now we only have 1 animation attached to our image. Now we need to add theater emphasis animation. To do that, we're going to come up under add animation and then come down to theater. And now we have 2 animations attached to our image. Click save. And now we are on project step number 14. We are now working on slide 7. And we need to change the bullet for use video. So that's this right here. And we're going to enter in our support video file. So to change that bullet, we are going to highlight. We're going to come under home. We're going to come under our bullets and numbering. And then we're going to go over to picture, insert pictures from a file. And then wherever you saved it, or if you just left it in your downloads, go to your downloads folder and then look for that support file where it shows video. Click it, insert, and then now you have a little video bullet point icon. Once you complete that step, go ahead and hit save. Project step number 15, we are working on slide 8. So go ahead and choose slide 8, engage with our audience. So here we need to modify the text boxes as follows. So first we are going to modify this blue box here where it says build relationships. So we want to make sure that we select it. And then we need to go up under our word art styles. So we need to go to shape format, word art styles, our little arrow down in the right hand corner, and that's going to open up our right hand format shape options pane. Now we want to come over to this third choice where it's text box. And then we want to come down where it has left margin. And we want to change that from 0.04 to 0.5. And then once you change that, you see that build relationships has moved over to the right. Now we want to use the format painter with objects to apply the formatting of the blue text box to the orange text box. So again, make sure that your blue text box is selected. Come over to home, click format painter, and then just simply click in the orange, and then you see that it will change to the same format as build relationships. All right, next we need to draw a connector using the connector, elbow, double arrow, connector style between the 2 text boxes. So we're going to come up to insert, shapes, and then we want to come down here where there's lines, and we want to choose the connector, elbow, double arrow. Select that, and then we're going to start up here in the left-hand corner on the right side of our build relationships. And we're just going to take this and drag this over to where it's about in the middle between increase connections. Once you have that, We now need to come over to shape format because now we're going to change some colors with our shape that we just made. So we need to change the outline color. So we're going to come up to shape outline under shape format. And we want to change that color to aqua, accent 4, darker 50%. And then we want to go back and we want to change the weight of that border under shape outline to 6. So your arrow should look something like this. Go ahead and hit save. Project step number 16. So we're now working on the final slide. So we are going to enhance the picture as follows. Go ahead and select and choose that image. So we are going to recolor the picture using aqua accent color for light. So let's go ahead and recolor that picture. We're going to go under picture format. We want to come under color, and then we want to come under recolor, and we want to choose aqua accent color for light, which is third down, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one in. Make that selection. Now we want to apply the slant bevel picture effect. So we want to come under picture effects while we're still under picture format, picture effects. We want to come down to bevel, and then we want to choose slant, which is in the first row, last choice. Once you have that, go ahead and hit save. Project step number 17. We're still working on our final slide. We want to enhance the text in Engage with the Glow 8-point Aqua Accent Color for Text Effect. We want to highlight Engage. Make sure when you highlight, you grab that exclamation point. So we will go up to Shape Format. And then we want to go under Text Effects. And then we want to go to Glow. And then we want to choose 8-point Aqua Accent Color 4. So it's in the fourth row, fourth one over. Nope, it is second row, fourth one over. Glow 8-point Aqua Accent Color 4. Go ahead and make that choice. And now we are on project step number 18. We're still working on this last slide. We need to modify the animation in the Engage text box as follows. So we want to go up under animations. We want to come over to our little bump out arrow that we have here. We're going to have this box that pops out. And we need to change where it has after animation, don't dim. We're going to change that to the third choice. And then we need to delay the animation for the Engage text box so that it starts 1 second after the animation of the picture. So we're going to click timing where it has delay, choose 1 second, click OK, and then save. And when you submit it, that is a 100 out of a 100. If by chance you were to get number, I think it's 12, incorrect. Yes, if you were to get number 12 incorrect, this one right here, reorder animations, go back to that slide, which is slide 5. For some reason, the Twitter part, it switches. I'm going to show you what I mean. So come back over to slide 5. If you hit preview and then watch it bounce, sometimes this 1 will change back to a 2. And if that were to happen, just click on Twitter, and then if this is grayed out, then you need to click on move earlier so that Twitter is showing 1 and then LinkedIn is showing 2. All right. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out, and I'm here to help in any way that I can.